Do you think people will adopt the CBDCs more? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, my answer is there's going to be a role for different types of stablecoins in the future.
Yeah.
I think in certain markets, there will be CBDCs, there will be private stablecoins, there'll be decentralized stablecoins. There's going to be a range of them, right?
Yeah.
Of course, if you're talking about certain political regimes where, the government can go and just say like anything that is not the CBDC is not allowed, right? Then, I mean, that can happen, but there's probably only certain countries where that can happen without political backlash, I would say, but not getting into the politics of it. I would say that there's going to be segmented roles. So I'll tell you why I don't think CBDCs are going to be like the one currency to rule them all, right? Number one is that there is going to be tech challenges with having one, like, I guess, monolithic CBDC doing retail and wholesale level transactions. And actually what's really interesting is my co-founder and CTO actually used to work in the Singapore government in a tech arm on blockchain initiatives. So he's actually fully aware of like what it actually takes to build that out. And his perspective is that even for an advanced economy like Singapore, they're not really considering a CBDC at the retail level at all in the near term. And that's something that the Monetary Association of Singapore has already publicly talked about. So I think from a tech perspective, it's actually pretty challenging to operate at multiple layers of that infrastructure. I think the second one is really around bettering the ultimate user experience by having private players still compete against each other.
Yeah,
so totally. I remember back in the day when I was working on GPay in India, we were really worried about the launch of this app called Beam. So it was actually a bank-to-bank payments app that the government was launching and backing. And we're like, okay, like, are we in trouble? Is this going to be an issue, right? Nobody uses that app from the government. And this is not a knock on it at all, but being in a private sector environment, we had a lot of talent to be able to kind of innovate and create the best experience. And so again, I think that having multiple players kind of cater to their specific categories will ultimately be better, I think, overall, because again, having one player trying to cater to all different needs, all different stacks of the financial stack, all different layers of the financial stack, all different users, is going to be very, very challenging. And then the third really is around I would say the political reception of having the government be able to track every type of spend, right, that you have, because ultimately they can if everything that you're purchasing, lending, borrowing, doing in financial transactions is ultimately tracked. So I think CBDCs will definitely play a role in government expenditure, government payments. Like, I certainly wish there was an easier way to pay and track my taxes. And to be honest, cross-border would be great too, because I am the resident of Singapore, but a citizen of the US, can use that for, I think anything related to government. Banks can also probably leverage, really, really big banks can leverage CBDCs for like large payment volumes across border. But I don't think that they're going to be the one stable coin to rule them all.